What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 15. My name is Jared, and I will be guiding you emotionally and physically through tonight's performance of what we call the Late Night Web Show. We are kind of live a little bit. I decided to tell the crew to take it easy tonight because we have a storm that's coming in on Friday, and everybody's up in arms about the storm, and everyone's buying gas and fighting over water at Walmart, and it's just been amazing to watch and see. So the crew's staying home, so I locked myself in the building. That way everything is safe and I'm safe, and the only person or thing that's still here is Pinky. So how you doing today, Pinky?
I'm doing pretty well.
Good.
I was able to get a little gas before they ran out, so I'm good to go.
Good. Did you get 2 minutes and 37 seconds worth of gas, or whatever the longest gas was?
Yes, that's it.
Cool.
Exactly. I had to wait in line for 4 hours.
Wow. Wow, that's a lot of 7-Eleven burritos. So good for you.
Yes.
I've heard you've had some work done this week.
Yes, I had a little nip and tuck done. You know, me and the Kardashians, we like to keep on the trend, so now I have a little eyebrow action going on.
Okay. Oh, geez. Okay. That is...
Isn't it amazing?
That's way too much action.
It is. I'll look a little serious now.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll tone it down.
Yeah, can you close your eyes? Oh, there we go. Kind of, yeah.
Sleepy.
Yeah.
Very sleepy, Jared.
Well, okay, that's all right.
I think I'll just sleep through the storm.
Okay, well, that's all we need. So we have a very crazy, fun show tonight. I just want everybody to know, if you are in the Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, North Carolina area, just go somewhere else. And if you're like, Jared, I don't have a car, well, then you're gonna die. I have Jeffrey over here. We'll be strapping him to pretty much everything in this building so we can all just float away into Myrtle Beach. So I'm very excited for that. Pinky, what are you most excited for about this hurricane?
All of it. The hurricane parties, you know, it's time to barbecue everything that's in the freezer because it's gonna rot. We're gonna have no power, and everybody's just gonna clear out the liquor cabinet and grilling and chilling. Yep.
And
that's the way to go.
What is Mike doing?
Mike has gone to higher ground. We're expecting a very high storm surge.
I gotcha. Okay.
He's also going to protect me from the looting.
From the what?
The looting.
Oh, the looting. Got it. They said the limping.
No, the looting.
Yeah, that's partially why I'm here, to keep this building safe and secure. So Pinky and I got the sound. So if you're thinking of robbing us, don't, because we're packing some serious heat with Mike over there. So
security dog.
Exactly. And that's all we got for the opening of the show. We're going to be right back. We're going to do some little skits and commercials and whatnot, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Woohoo! We'll see you in a minute. Be back in just a second. Can't wait. That's a great exit look there, Jared.
Hey y'all, sorry about to interrupt the broadcast of the Late Night Web Show. I apologize to the tens of you that are watching, but we have some very important news to discuss. For those of you who don't know, my name is Brendan, and I'm the best weatherman to ever exist on this earth, and we need to discuss Hurricane Florence, who is going to be coming through to South Carolina and North Carolina sometime this week. So let's look at some of the models. I've been looking at these models all week. The American models, the European models, and let me just tell you, the European models are my favorite. They're so hot. But look at some of the models here. There are 3 different situations that are going to happen. One, it's going to slam hard into Myrtle Beach, and it's going to be pounding Myrtle Beach and flooding Myrtle Beach, and it's going to get everywhere. Scenario number 2, it's going to miss Myrtle Beach and slam into Wilmington, but no one really cares about Wilmington. And scenario number 3, it's just not going to hit landfall. I always find it weird that the government tells us about hurricanes and the meteorologists don't figure it out themselves. It's kind of weird. So anyways, let's take another look at Hurricane Florence. Right now it's a category 4 out of 5, out of 4 out of 5. So that is amazing. It's nice and big and strong. You know, Hurricane Florence should be called Hurricane Chad. That's the name of my ex-boyfriend, because he was big, strong, and sneaks in through the south side at 4 a.m. on a Friday. That's exactly what Hurricane Florence is going to do. So I'm very excited to see what's going to happen. We're going to be checking in throughout the show. So my name is Brandon, and back to the Late Night Web Show. So welcome to this new segment that we're doing called Mansplaining to Pinky. And the reason why we're doing this is because during the break, I was trying to get Pinky up to speed on all of this hip-hop slash rap slash artistry drama that has been happening and it's been consuming all of our lives, and Pinky just doesn't really comprehend what's going on. So I feel like I need to break it down. The only way I know how to explain things to a woman is to mansplain. So Pinky, let me explain. There is this thing called music. It's a term for sounds that are played with melodies and music, sometimes called beats or sick beats. You may have heard with a Z. Exactly.
Yeah.
And there are several kinds of artists and musicians, but one category that we're going to talk about today is rappers. And they spit fire lyrics over sick beats. Does that make sense?
Keep going.
They rhyme words like yo and throw and...
No.
Yes, exactly.
So?
Yep, see, you get it. And that's called spitting. Instead of speaking, they're spitting. Yes, and because their bars are so hot, they spit fire over the beats.
That's amazing.
Yes, so there is one rapper he's always been at the top since he started. And you may think rap is for black people. That's what I thought, and that's what everybody thought. Before you say, whoa, Jared, that's racist, it's not. Then a white person came along and his name was Eminem. That's not his birth name, that's just what he calls.
What color is
He's white. He's a white
No,
Eminem.
there are no white M&Ms.
Exactly.
I like the green ones.
Okay, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what color he is. But it does matter that he's white because he blew up in the scene, not literally, but just with his musical and his spitting. So he blew up. This was many, many moons ago when I was just a small, small boy. And he became popular for trash talking other artists. He would say things at, oh no, Mike is now dead. So he would say terrible...
That was a heck of a point you made there, Jared.
Thank you. He would say terrible things about so many artists, and that was his little gimmick that he would do. So he would make fun of Michael Jackson, or Christina Aguilera, or I don't even know. Just
I'm sure they were deserving.
Exactly, and the list goes on and on and on. So he is now 46, 47. He's up there. He's getting old. He's pretty much dead.
That's ancient.
Yeah, he's pretty much dead at this point. Because once you get older than that, it's just your life's over. So
It is.
It is. So I apologize to anybody who's watching that's old. So he put out a new album. He surprise released this album, and it's an okay album.
Normally when they get that old, it's a best of.
Exactly. Yeah. So.
Or was it new material, Jared?
It was all new, as far as I know. I haven't really been following him since he got clean, because now he's just boring. And he's old, he's trying to be a dad now, it's just stupid. So he...
Being a dad is stupid.
It is. It's literally the worst, especially if you're a rapper. Like, who has time for that?
You have to be a baby daddy if you're a rapper.
Jesus. Okay.
Not normal dads.
Nah. Okay, so...
Nothing like picking up the kids at school with the hubcaps and the bass
spinners.
thumping in the drive-through line.
Yep. Okay, so we're gonna get back on track. So a few years ago, let me rewind. So Eminem is a dad. He has a daughter, and she was 16 at the time. And this other up-and-coming rapper who was in his late 20s, he goes by Machine Gun Kelly. And I know this is like the whitest thing I've ever said, but that's what he calls himself. So Machine Gun Kelly tweeted saying that he wanted to have sexual intercourse with Eminem's daughter, and she was 16 years old.
That's not cool.
It's not cool. It's very Michael Jackson-like of him.
No, that's too old for Michael Jackson.
Exactly, and the wrong gender, I guess.
Only if it happened at the zoo, but go ahead.
Okay, so moving on. So Eminem, of course, was offended by this, and he quote-unquote blackballed Machine Gun Kelly from the industry. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm right there in the same car as you,
he
with
was,
the bass thumping.
Yeah,
Go.
he was not allowed on his record label or his radio station or anything like that. So then, a few years after that, Machine Gun Kelly does a sneak diss to Eminem.
Ooh, sneak diss.
The drama heats up, and if you're probably wondering, Jared, how is a sneak diss different from a regular diss? Is that what you're wondering?
It's a mini diss.
Nope. Yeah, okay, it's a sneak diss. So let me explain. So let's just say I'm spinning on a track. Let's just drop a track. There we go. And let's just say I say, Pinky, I hate you. That's a diss, right? So a sneak diss would be with the same beat playing if I was like, check it. I hate this bitch who happens to be pink. So I don't call you out directly, but I just sneak a diss in there, and I don't call you out. I just throw it in there, and you hear about it from like a friend of a friend of a friend.
That's some friend.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So that's what Machine Gun Kelly did to Eminem. So then Eminem released his Sneak Attack album.
That isn't cool.
Where a whole section of a song was dedicated to dissing Machine Gun Kelly. So then Machine Gun Kelly fired back with an entire diss track.
Oh my.
Where it's
Brutal.
about 3.5 minutes of him saying that Eminem's old and he's still gonna fuck his daughter.
Oh,
so,
that's nasty.
So that's terrible. I mean, she's older now, so I guess it's fine. But at least get some consent, Machine Gun Kelly. Like, no one's asked her if she even wants to. So I feel weird all around right now.
So by the time all this dissing got finished, she was 32, right?
Exactly, yeah. She's had her own babies and whatever. So it's just been a really intense situation for the rap community. And I feel like we should speak on that. And I feel like Eminem should respond with his own diss track, and they should just keep making diss tracks until they shoot each other.
That would be amazing.
I think so. They should settle it the old school way with guns and violence. None of this wordplay stuff, because that doesn't seem to be working.
No, the old school. Yep, that would work.
Okay.
Just fire it up.
Yeah, so...
End the thing. End it right. Drop the mic.
Exactly.
Wrap it up.
Yep. See, you're getting this. Do you have any thoughts now that I've explained this to you?
I think you're amazing, Jared, and I think I just feel so enlightened now.
Well, good.
Yeah, because it's all that dissing.
Yes. Would you like to try to diss me?
Yo, bearded white boy, you're just shit.
That was a proper diss. Good job, thank you.
Oh, I put a lot of effort into that.
Yes. Guys, it's Brandon again. I'm so sorry for interrupting the late night web show again. I have made a huge mistake. I thought it was gonna hit landfall Friday, but it's actually hitting landfall now, and our roof is leaking, and we're about 20 minutes away from 5-star venues, so everyone needs to get out of the building. Everybody go. Everybody go. This is so bad. I'm so sorry. I'm the worst weatherman ever. How did I not see that was coming? I was looking at an old European model. I'm supposed to look at the young, fresh, legal European models. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. Three, two, one. And we're here with some dumb news. Our teleprompter is now working because our computers are slowly shutting down due to this storm. So we're going to read the news off of the phone as I just deleted it. Jesus Christ. Let me... This is a sign we need to leave, Pinky. So, y'all can let me have no fun, self-fondler says while being arrested in South Memphis. I like that word, self-fondler, because if you say a man was masturbating, that just sounds so aggressive and angry, but self-fondler sounds innocent and eloquent, so I like that. A self-fondler is off the streets after exposing himself in front of the Walgreens in South Memphis. A woman contacted police after she saw Clayton Gamble, a 31-year-old man outside the Walgreens, expose himself. Police say the woman was scared to exit the Walgreens until police arrived. They arrested him. He had a spontaneous utterance of, y'all can let me have no fun. They can't let you have no fun because they are the police and you were self-fondling, and that is not allowed. He's being charged with indecent exposure and being held at jail. I think that's pretty amazing. He had the balls, I mean, he literally had the balls to self-fondle, so good for him. Police seize World War II tank from gun-hoarding crocodile owner after he ran over children. That is a very intense statement. Oh my gosh, let's unpack all of that. Russian authorities, of course this was in Russia, that's the only place where you can own a World War II tank, a crocodile, guns, and run over children. That's pretty much what happened. He's pissed because they have to confiscate his tank. It was a T-60 tank, we all know what that is. And had a bunch of weapons. He ran over some children, 15 and 10. They sustained various injuries, but they didn't die. So that's good. It's a quick story. Only in Russia can that happen. So, Jesus. Too many jokes to make, but we're just gonna move forward. She thought she had candles to burn during a power outage, but it was actually dynamite. What is this, Wile E. Coyote? A woman had just returned from a trip to Home Depot to buy lighting, but it was closed after thunderstorms knocked out power to the area. They thought they had candles. What kind of lighting was she buying? I guess she was buying like flashlights or whatever, but they were all out if storms went out. She thought that candles had been left in the home by the previous owner, so she lit it. Turned out to be dynamite. She's fine, just sustained some injuries to her hand. She's 30 years old, mother of 2. It's not like it was a 15 or 16-year-old woman or a male. I guess a 14-year-old male would do something like that, but a 15 or 16-year-old female, I guess, as the females get older, they mature, I guess, a little bit older, whereas, I don't know what the hell, I guess the point I'm trying to make, a 13 or 14-year-old girl would just be like, here, and give it to the older or younger brother, and a young dude is just like, screw it, let's light it. But this is the 30-year-old woman who lit it. I am very confused. I've lit many of candles in my life. It's what happens when you get a girlfriend and you get engaged and she goes to Bath and Body Works, and I don't think she does Yankee Candle, but TJ Maxx, and it's just our home is littered with candles, so I've lit many of them. And I never once thought I would hear like a tss of like a fuse, so that would have been my first alarm. If you're ever lighting anything and you hear a tss, including a birthday candle, just throw the whole damn cake. And if you're trying to light a candle, it is dynamite. So that's just terrible. I mean, I guess as the storm rolls through, we need to think about what we're doing. Now why is it letting me recover it? I deleted it. I'm in the garbage pile or garbage bin. It's fine. It's fine. Man erects electrified fence to keep bus stop kids off of his lawn. This dude named Brian, of course his name is Brian. All assholes are named Brian, was trespassing and posted signs up. Actually, I know quite a few Brians that are right. Brian saved my life with this electricity. I almost died, and he fixed it after I almost got killed several times. So shout out to him, because I'm still alive thanks to him. This is not him. But this other Brian was pissed that kids were trespassing on his lawn to get to school. They were standing on his lawn inside the bus stop, so he put up an electrified fence. Kids got injured. Turns out that the fence he put up was actually on county property, which is why there was a bus stop there. They just don't put bus stops on random people's lawns. And now he took it down, so good for him. And he just said he was trying to provide some relief to himself. So he should have pissed on the electric fence. That'll provide some relief for everybody around. And our final story, I don't know who threw this in there. 9 months after Irma, hurricane babies have arrived. That's great. Hurricane babies are a real phenomenon. I guess we're talking about this, Pinky, because of the hurricane. She's not answering me. Whatever. So they've had a 5 to 10% increase in deliveries. Says I don't care about this story. We get it, and I understand why, because I've done some research on this since I've read the story ahead of time. I thought there was going to be some joke, but Pinky is just MIA right now. But apparently the stores all go kaput and people lose power. And I always assumed it was just, oh, people have more sex when there's no power because there's nothing to do. But allegedly, according to some recent studies, why is this here? Is because the stores are all closed and people cannot buy condoms or condoms, depending on where you're from. And that's why there is an increase of babies. So that's interesting. I don't know if Pinky just made that up or she just threw that in the script. Pinky, you're being awfully quiet. What is your deal?
Yeah, I have been kind of quiet, Jared. I've just been doing a lot of thinking. And it all goes back to the big government conspiracy. I mean, whew, this is really serious stuff. And it makes me really nervous, Jared. It all starts with the milk stock. You know, it was down about 25%, and it hides under the illusion of gold, the government gold. It's kept under the milk stock. So government buys all of the emergency supplies anytime they even breathe the word hurricane. And then they use their big weather maker, and they create this big, huge hurricane way out in the Atlantic. And it scares me. They start off the coast of Africa, then they use the big government wind machine to blow it all the way over towards us. And then the media, we all know the media is fake news and it's in the big government conspiracy swamp pocket. They just induce mass hysteria. The public goes crazy. But the big thing, just think about it. Think about it, everybody. Then they buy gas. There's this huge lines. It run out. They buy water and milk. Don't forget about the milk. That's a key thing. Then the storm comes in and levels the city. There's no power. Stores are closed. People can't buy condoms. Just like the dumb news said, they can't buy condoms, but they're still going to have hurricane sex. Then they're going to make government babies to take up all that money and give the government more money. And then they keep screwing. They keep making more babies. Then the government raises taxes. And then there's more money for the government from the milk. And it's just crazy. Then the milk stock goes up. And then there's more babies. And then the government just controls everything, Jared. It's a big, wacky conspiracy, and it just scares me to death.
Oh, okay, let's just throw to a break. Pinky's very amped up. Let's just throw to a break. I don't even know if we have people to throw to breaks. So let's just, I don't know, let's just cue a break somehow. We decided to play a little game, everybody, because I don't think anybody at home watching knows everything they need to know about preparing for a hurricane. It's very serious. It could be deadly, so we could all die. But you're not going to die, almost guaranteed you're not going to die, if you follow everything you're supposed to be doing. Now, we're going to play a little game because I know so many things that you need to do to prepare for a hurricane, and so does Pinky. So we're going to kind of trade off and see who knows the most and who knows the better quality ones. So I'll start off, shall we?
Go ahead, Jared.
Okay. Number one, each person per household needs at least 15 gallons of milk per day. And you're probably wondering why? Why is that important? Because your body needs nutrients. So if you have at least 15 gallons of milk per person per day, everybody's going to be fine. You're probably thinking, Jared, we're going to lose power. Then just leave the milk outside.
Exactly.
Pinky, you're up.
I think everyone needs rafts.
Needs what?
A raft. R-A-F-T, a raft.
Oh, a raft.
Because you have to be able to float on the storm surge.
Oh, okay. Now, what is a storm surge for the people who are ignorant?
Well, when the government sends the hurricane in, they send extra water. So it's like a super high tide on top of a high tide.
Gotcha.
So it's there's a lot of water at the coast.
Gotcha.
And you could float away. So you need something like a raft.
I gotcha. I understand.
Chitty chitty bang bang. If Walmart has any of those, could somebody grab me one? Because I need one.
Okay. But we'll figure all that out. That was a good one. I would rate that maybe a 6 out of 10 in terms of importance.
Okay.
Everyone has bathtubs in their house, and it used to be back in the day. You were supposed to fill your bathtubs up with water. No, that doesn't work now. What you need to do now is, because there's so many germs, your house is going to get so disgusting, you need to fill your bathtubs up with bleach all the way to the top. That way, when you get so disgusted, you just dunk your head under bleach, drink, I don't know, maybe 2 gulpfuls, and then just dunk your head in, and then you're good. Then just breathe that aroma, and it'll just cleanse your body of all of the bacteria and the surge, disgusting bacteria. It's just, I've done it before, and it's worked wonders for me, so you should all too, but only during a hurricane.
That's why you're so pale, right?
Exactly, yes.
Skin brightening also.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. Yes. Everybody needs gas for your grill, propane, so we can cook everything when your freezer dies. All those leftover body parts from the cow that Uncle Billy Bob bought 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
Wow.
There you go.
Okay.
Very important.
I think every household needs at least 35 AAA batteries, because everyone knows 3 AAA batteries equals 1 AA battery. So if you have, I don't know, you have cameras, you have toothbrushes, you have robotic vacuums, you have all these things that require AA batteries. Just stock up on AAA batteries and just shove 3 of them per AA battery slot, and you're good to go.
That would be amazing.
It's a life hack.
Yes, it is. Everybody needs a shovel so they can bash out their window and escape. Isn't that important?
That's very important. And while we're on the topic of weapons, every single person needs a loaded AR-15 when a hurricane comes. Because if the hurricane's coming towards you and you and all your neighbors point the AR-15, it has to be loaded, by the way, at the hurricane and you all fire at the same time, it's just going to go away.
Yeah, because if you hit the sound barrier just right, it'll explode the hurricane.
And that is a 110% fact. And you're wondering how come nobody's pulled that off before. It's because a hurricane has not come near South Carolina since the 1920s. And that is, again, a 100% fact. So this year, that's what we're all going to do. So if you haven't bought your AR-15s, do it now before they sell out, because you want to be a part of this group that deflects the hurricane.
Yeah, and everybody needs a Richter scale so they can measure the hurricane.
Okay, so explain a Richter scale for those who don't know.
It's a Richter scale. You know, there was one in San Francisco.
Okay.
And it measures the hurricane. Right now, ours is only, I think Florence is supposed to be a 4.
Oh, that's
but
nothing.
It isn't anything because they've had, you know, hurricanes that were 6.8 and they barely, you know, shook a building. So a hurricane, this would be amazing.
Yeah, they just had like a 6.4 or something in Japan a few days ago.
Yeah.
And they were fine.
Yeah, their oodles of noodles made it right through.
Yeah, yeah. So everybody survived. It was good. It was a good thing for everybody. Another thing you need is salt. Just containers. If you can find a whole bucket of salt, get a bucket of salt, because humans can live off of salt. Just the little pebbles, the flakes of salt in their mouth will extend your life at least 4 to 5 days during a hurricane.
I got that one licked.
Good.
Like the deer in the backyard. Do you prefer yours in a shaker, Jared, or do you like one big solid thing tacked up to a tree?
It depends on my mood. Sometimes I just have a big block of salt. Sometimes I just put salt next to my bedside. Sometimes I'll even put it in the microwave so it melts and you just drink liquid salt. It's amazing.
That's a detox right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. After you eat all the bug poison, that's a good thing, isn't it?
No, it's after you dunk your head in the bleach, Pinky. Then you can you drink the salt.
Chug the salt.
Exactly.
That's amazing. What about a first aid kit, Jared?
Why would you need a first aid kit during a hurricane, Pinky?
Because a second one won't help you. Or a third.
Yeah, it's true.
We gotta have the first string.
Yeah.
Yeah? What about a walkie-talkie?
Who are you going to talk to during a hurricane?
The ambulance that isn't coming because it's a direct hit and they've been told not to respond.
Yeah. There's another thing you need. You need your Facebook account.
Better than your, other books.
You're
not going to have any lights, so you can't read the regular books, so you need your Facebook.
Exactly, and you're not going to have any friends because everyone's going to die, because it's going to be a direct hit and it's going to level the city and everyone is going to be dead. Everyone you care about is dying.
Do they have a thumbs up, a thumbs down, and a drown?
They should, but everyone's going to be thumbs down because everyone's just drowning. You're going to drown unless you get a float or a raft like we suggested.
Oh, you need to be able to bash a hole in your attic so when the water rises, you can actually get out.
Exactly. You need to breathe. You need to make a blowhole for your house.
It's a whale.
Exactly.
It's a woo whale. What else, Jared?
I think that's it. I think that's enough.
Flashlights?
No, that would
High beams, low beams?
be too helpful.
No. I think that's about it. A bath mat.
Oh.
Because it doubles as a blanket. If you get too hot in the tropical weather, it'll keep you cool.
Yes.
Roll up in a bath mat.
You should also, if you live in an apartment complex or you live in a neighborhood, when your neighbors are sleeping before the storm rolls in, be a good neighbor. Disconnect all of their car batteries. Just cut the cables. Don't tell them. Just cut the wires. Just go right down the street. That way, it actually will save the battery in the long run.
And if you have a generator, you need to bring it inside before you start it.
Exactly, because you don't need people stealing your generator. You just have to bring it inside, shut the garage door. In fact, shut all the doors, and you'll be fine.
Make it an airtight.
Exactly. Even run a vacuum to suck out all the excess air, and you'll be great.
How are you going to run the vacuum? With the generator?
Exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
That's it. You know, I did see a post online that said make sure you vacuum before you lose power because you don't want to be stuck with hairballs from your dog in the middle of the hurricane.
Oh, that's it. That's if the dog survives, Pinky, because as far as I know, it's a 99.9% death rate.
Poor Mike.
Yeah.
Where's Mike?
He died like 20 minutes ago.
That's because we started the generator in the building.
Exactly. So we still have the lights on. It's a damn miracle.
It is.
So I guess if you're watching, let us know whose tips were more helpful, and we'll figure that out at the end of the show.
Yes, it's amazing.
Help!